To receive an award in the MLB has to be a very rewarding experience for a player. No matter what award, no matter how young or old the player is, I find it very hard to believe that a player getting recognized for their hard work and dedication doesn't bring the player some sense of fulfillment. 2024 saw two first-time Cy Young Award winners in young star Tarek Skubal and well-deserving veteran Chris Sale taking home the AL and NL awards respectively. The season also saw two former Most Valuable players take home the award again, in Yankees captain Aaron Judge taking home his second, and the face of baseball, Shohei Ohtani, taking home his third and first ever for a full-time DH. Clearly, the 2024 award winners all had tremendous seasons, and I personally believe that the 2024 season will be looked back on as one of the greatest in terms of individual performances. I mean, just look at the MVP voting. Bobby Witt Jr. and Juan Soto could have easily taken home the award any other year, and Francisco Lindor and Ketel Marte in the NL had damn good seasons in their own right. All we can hope for as baseball fans is for the 2025 season to bring the same sort of star power as 2024, or maybe even better. And I'm going to tell you who I personally believe will make that a reality in 2025. In this video, I'm going to be highlighting 4 awards from each league and who I think will win said award, as well as some names I considered and why I don't think they'll take home the crown. I want to make sure you're aware that a lot of this is based on the vibes I'm getting from the players. Obviously, some stats will take part, but I'm going mainly based off of how I think the MLB scriptwriters have done the year up. Let's start with Rookie of the Year. The 2024 NL rookie class was absolutely stacked. Players like shortstop turned center fielder Jackson Merrill, Brewers long-term investment Jackson Chourio, and Paul Skeens. Everybody knows Paul Skeens. Now this year's rookie class doesn't look as stacked as the prior. Some names include Rockies outfielder Zach Veen, a possible call-up from Diamondbacks prospect Jordan Lawler, and Paul Skeens' former teammate at LSU, Dylan Cruz. Looking through the list of rookies, I realized how many players I thought were still rookies going into 2025. Like James Wood. I thought that dude was a lock for Rookie of the Year. And I completely forgot that the Dodgers own Japan and Roki Sasaki is a rookie. Regardless of all that, my pick here may be surprising, and I'm sure many people will disagree with me. But I think this fanbase deserves something. My NL Rookie of the Year is Zach Veen. As a Rockies critic, due to management, I myself find it hard to dislike Zach Veen. Picked 9th overall in the 2020 draft, which has become a very interesting draft to say the least. Veen is the Rockies' 8th prospect, according to MLB. In between 4 different levels, he had an 805 OPS last year. So the numbers don't jump off the screen. But regardless, my main reason for picking Veen is this absolute pimp job in spring training this year. I mean, look at that. That was just pissed on. And look how polite he is. Dude even said sorry for throwing the bat toward the pitcher. That is Rookie of the Year worthy. I will say though, Roki Sasaki does look very good and could definitely take the award from Veen. But looking at the very early control issues and the fact that he will most likely be used sparingly in an elite Dodgers rotation, give me the Colorado kid. For the AL Rookie of the Year, I'll probably get more people who agree with me, as my original thought was going to be the Rays' third baseman, Junior Caminero, but I also didn't know he is no longer a rookie. So, as much as I hate watching the dude try to play defense, Jason Dominguez looks to be an absolute stud with the bat. He comes up in 2023 and first at bat hits the tank off of future Hall of Famer Justin Verlander. I mean, if that doesn't scream promising player, I don't know what will. Goes down after that 8-game stint, recovers from Tommy John surgery, and comes back for 58 minor league games in 2024 between A, AA, and AAA ball, where he put up a combined OPS of 880 and 11 home runs, with most of his homers and time being in AAA. He's looked okay on the offensive side in spring, and I feel the AL rookie class this year is a little too weak for Dominguez's bad defense to hurt him and his chances for the award. One guy I will mention is Will Wagner. I know. Blue Jays fan talking about a Blue Jays player. But I do really love watching Will Wagner play, and I think he will be top 3 in the voting behind Dominguez this year. The second award I will be going through will be brief, as I have gone for the same style of player in each league, the batting title. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, he picked Luis Arias again. But no, I don't think Arias will win it this year. I think two speedy shortstops will end up bringing home gold here, in Bobby Witt Jr. and Trey Turner. Witt is coming off an MVP caliber season in 2024, posting a 9.4 WAR, winning the AL batting title with a 332 batting average, as well as having 32 homers and 31 stolen bases. He's lightning fast, and speed is what I'd like to see with a batting title winner, as they are able to get hits on ground balls that most wouldn't be able to run out. The same thought process applies to the NL batting champ, Trey Turner. Turner won the batting title in 2021 and has had some down years since joining the Phillies, but I feel he will be able to put it all together this year and have a high 800s OPS as well as at least a 320 batting average. I think this year is the Phillies' year to at least make it to the World Series, and I think a good year from Trey Turner is what the scriptwriters have in store for Phillies fans. The third award I want to cover is the Cy Young Award, or the best pitcher in the league. Last year, as stated previously, a young buck from the AL in Tarik Skubal won the award, where an older, deserving pitcher in Chris Sale got his first in the NL. I think the scriptwriters get a little lazy here and do the same trend for this year, but with two different pitchers. In the NL, I think another man who propels the Phillies to the postseason is 2024 second place finisher Zack Wheeler. Since 2020, name a more consistent pitcher than Zack Wheeler. 2020 and on, Zack Wheeler has posted a 2.94 ERA over 830 innings with basically 900 strikeouts. I mean, this guy has to win a Cy Young, right? I think the clock is ticking for Wheeler to get that accolade under his belt, and I think this is the year it will happen. Adding a splitter last year seems to be a good part of his arsenal, as it had a 82nd percentile run value, as opposed to in 23 when he didn't throw an off speed, and his breaking pitches got hit around because of it. With the Phillies rotation looking to be a dominant force, and the Dodgers having every all-star pitcher known to mankind, I think the race will be close in the NL, but Wheeler feels like a winner this year. In the AL, I've been keeping up with the writers, and they say another dominant lefty will get it this year, one who was traded this offseason. I believe that the Red Sox' new ace, Garrett Crochet, will win the Cy Young in the American League. If you look at Crochet's numbers last year, on the worst team in MLB history, it's really nothing to scoff at all. A 3.58 ERA in 146 innings, which he was limited to, by the way. The White Sox were losing and wanted to preserve his arm so they could get a prospect haul. This guy only pitched 146 innings and had 209 strikeouts. A 12.9 K per 9 is crazy. If he pitched 200 innings, he would have had 286 strikeouts last year. And he only had 33 walks last year. Crochet pounds the zone with filthy pitches, which is what won Skubal the Cy Young last year. So I think Crochet could be a shoo-in. Now, there is some downside on this pick. Crochet had a 3.58 ERA last year, and he's now in Fenway, which is much more hitter-friendly of a ballpark. But I'm getting the feeling that Crochet will still be too dominant to not get the award. He's just too filthy. Finally, we have the award everyone was waiting for. MVPs. And I'm going to get over the NL MVP award very quickly. It's Shohei Ohtani. I don't know what you want me to say. MLB scriptwriters are going to give this dude 7 in a row, and he's going to surpass Barry Bonds, and that's just what's going to happen. Ohtani has 2 former MVPs protecting him in the lineup, Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. And then the rest of the supporting cast are good baseball players too. Regardless of if he pitches or not, which I don't think he has to pitch to win again, I'd be stupid to say it doesn't feel like Ohtani will win. The only way I can see Ohtani not winning this year is if he gets hurt. Now we move on to the American League, and I'm sure this one also feels obvious to many others, but not to me. Judge won last year and had probably the best player to protect him in the lineup he could have besides Ohtani, in Juan Soto. But with Soto departing for the Mets, and the Yankees bringing in Bellinger and Goldschmidt, I'm sorry, I don't think they'll be good enough for people not to pitch around Judge. Even future Rookie of the Year, Jason Dominguez, probably won't be enough. But you know who has some decent protection from being pitched around? 2023 World Series MVP, Corey Seager. Seager put up 5 WAR in 120 games last year, being sidelined by an injury, and placed second in MVP voting in 2023, where he played very similar games and put up 7.2 WAR. The injuries are a concern for Seager, I agree. But if we get one fully healthy season out of Kyle's brother, I feel like he could definitely bring an MVP to Texas. Bobby Witt Jr. was another guy in mind for me and for many others, but I do think he regresses just a little next year. Not enough to not win the batting title, but enough for Seager to make the Rangers relevant again and win his first MVP. I'm sure Jr. will still have a fantastic year, but it really feels like to me the Royals didn't do all that much to help their young star, and the Rangers' World Series hangover has blown over. New additions in Jock Peterson and Jake Burger are fresh in my and the scriptwriters' minds, and I think the Rangers will win the West on the back of Corey Seager. That's how my 2025 MLB Awards predictions match up. If you agree with me, leave a like. If you disagree with me, comment and tell me why. I'd love to hear you out. Thank you all for making it this far in the video. Please consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.